Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if it's your first time, welcome to my channel. My name is Soraya and this is going to be my second week being a medical assistant. So in today's video, I'm going to try and show you as much as I can of what I do as a medical assistant. I'm not really supposed to have my phone out most times, so I did get here a little early, and so the first thing that we do is fill these nitrogen canisters up. And I work in a dermatology office, so basically they use these They use these nitrogen canisters to like spray like different they call them like AKs or SAKs, ISKs. I'll just put the names on the screen. Basically they're like bumps, and like they're pre-cancerous kind of bumps, and so they spray them so that they fall off and don't become cancerous. But yeah, I'm gonna just set it up so you can kind of just see. Here, this is the nitrogen kind of thing right here. We wear gloves, and then this is the little container that they use to spray, and then you spray it like that, and then I'm always scared to do this because it's just really scary for me. I always check bubbles up, as you can see. The next thing we do is kind of set up the room for the day. So I'm gonna just show you. We make sure to have enough anesthetic for the day, specimen containers for procedures, gauze, just like all kinds of stuff. Make sure the music's on, the parchment paper's down. This room's kind of already done. For example, in this room, like cut the fan on, cut the music on, make sure there's alcohol, put stuff away, parchment paper, stuff. What I'm about to do is I guess teach you how to make anesthetic. I have to make 16 of them. So these are all 1 milliliters syringes with a 19, I guess, centimeter or whatever millimeter needle. 19 gauge. Take an alcohol prep pad, and then you just wipe the top because you don't want any bacteria getting on them. So for this anesthetic, you're going to use lidocaine and bicarbonate. I have this one because this one's going to come run out. So you put the 19 gauge on. Up to the 5 milliliter. Yeah, just kind of like do that. And then you just kind of go in and out so you can get all the air bubbles out, and then you just draw it up. So I draw it up to 5 milliliters. I don't know if you can see that. Then we only use 0.1 milliliter of the sodium bicarbonate. That's how we do it here. I don't know if it's different other places. So it's 0.6 Then I replace the cap back on, take it off, and then change it to a 30 gauge. And that's what he used to inject into the patients. And it shouldn't have any air bubbles. Now I'm just gonna do 14 more of those. Good morning. I had a really bit of a crappy morning. And so I'm trying not to let it turn into a crappy day. I stayed up really late last night. Shouldn't have done it. All American came out on Netflix and I just had to binge. And so that means I need coffee. But on top of that, I'm just dealing with some issues in my life right now. And I'm just like, don't really want to talk about it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna record today because I'm in not the greatest mood, but we'll see how today goes. Good morning, welcome to day 4 of me being a medical assistant. So yesterday I was in a pretty crabby mood for a couple of reasons. Not really gonna get into it, but I'll just say I have a possible explanation why, like for the top tier reason. I think I was PMSing yesterday because Mother Nature hit me out of nowhere at work and I have been in pain ever since. So, that's probably the reason. But honestly, as I was saying yesterday, I was in such a bad mood, but the day got progressively really better because when you work in like different, I don't know, offices, I guess, they have like a lot of companies that they work with, and so they send their reps to do like little meetings with the physicians, and the physicians nowadays are trying to work with smaller scaled companies because they develop a little bit of a partnership and can get like little, how would I say it, like benefits using their companies versus like commercial ones, I guess you could say. And so, for example, our physician works with like a smaller pharmacist company that's kind of just now starting, and the goal of this pharmacy is basically meant to improve like the ways they deliver different drugs. So most pharmacy offices, you know, you send in your prescription and then you have to go to the pharmacy and pick it up. And sometimes when you go there, there's a lot of issues where you end up going and they don't have it in stock, or you end up going and like they're behind on their orders or things like that. And so one of the pharmacy, like smaller scale pharmacy companies we work with, what they like to do, what they're trying to promote is that, well, you don't need to even come to our store to pick it up. You can if you like, but we have representatives that actually deliver prescriptions to people within the area. Or if you're going out of the country and we happen to have a pharmacy there, they can deliver it to you in that, like, did I say out of the country? I meant to say out of the state. If you're going out of the state, we have like different stores in different states and they can deliver it to you wherever you are, even if you're on vacation. So that's like one of the examples. And so the representative will come in with the physician and basically they'll have like a meeting or so, and then they'll like discuss ways to improve their company and whatnot, and give like different benefits to the employees. So basically, like one of the representatives came in yesterday and they gave me their card. And so as I get more established as an MA, they're gonna wanna like work with me and give me like benefits to their pharmacy, or want me to work with them. So that's like a really cool thing, I guess, being an MA at this dermatology office. Let me know if you've ever heard of this before, where you're you know, whatever office you work at, they have like representatives that come in and work with your physician, and then they'll offer benefits to the employees that work there. Like this particular company basically was sharing with me that they'll want me to become like a representative, and like I can go work on weekends with them in shadow or something like that. And I don't know, it was just really cool, interesting. So there was that. And two, the whole reason why I shared this is when these representatives come in, they typically bring goodies. Like in my last video, I shared that they brought Starbucks. There's this lady, we work with this particular pharmacy company, and she comes in every week to meet with the doctor, and every single time she comes, she brings the whole staff Starbucks. This week we worked with a different company, and I think they're like a consulting firm that kind of just does like advertising for this office we work at, and they came and brought like lunch for us. So that's a really cool perk, is my doctor works with all of these different like smaller scale companies trying to, you know, become growing and stuff, and they typically bring us food and they offer us like different cool opportunities. So just wanted to share that with you. I think that's a cool perk of working as a medical assistant, is you get like a lot of ways to ultimately network with different people that come in and see the different partnerships that you have with your office. Okay, so another thing I've been doing is waking up early instead of like kind of coming home. So two things will happen for me as I'm trying to like learn stuff. After work, I'll either come home and do like a little bit of research and like kind of just go through my notes again and look up different terms that I picked up on throughout the day that I couldn't like look or research in that moment. I'll come home and like do it at nighttime. But sometimes I don't get off of work until 7 o'clock like I did yesterday. So the last thing I want to do is come home after working 8 o'clock in the morning till 7 and then come home and do some research. I just kind of want to relax, watch Netflix, and just wind down, eat dinner. And so another thing I've been doing is waking up like an hour earlier than normal. And then, you know, kind of like taking a bath, just getting adjusted to the morning, and then I'll like sit here at my desk and then like look up terms. So good morning. It's 9 o'clock. I'm in the office now. What I do is the first thing I do is like, forget what I do first thing. Right now I'm stocking the room. I just want to show you what a patient room looks like first. So this is what a typical patient room looks like. There's always a chair for the provider to sit in, or for us when we're like taking their history and like complaints. There's this light, so we just make sure it cuts on. As you can see, it's on. Back here, there's this hyphicator tool, which they use to like remove skin tags or if there's a surgery. Basically, it's used to like close blood vessels and stop bleeding and stuff. So we make sure this is on in the morning. So just make that noise. And you should always have a new tip on there. As you can see, there's a new tip. The tray, we want to make sure there's a new sheet on here. And then we just stock the cabinets. So yeah, let me just show you. And then we stock the drawer. This gives us like directions on how to set up. In other rooms, there's like a surgery setup sheet right here. So yeah, you're just gonna see me stock the room. So one of the things that I have to do during the day are patient files. We have to put in patient prescriptions, path reports, which are like biopsy results and stuff. And the first line of defense is the wall of charts, searching for a specific chart, which is what I'm gonna do now. This is just an example. If they're not up at the front, they'll be on the provider's desk. And you literally just have to like kind of search through and find each one. Just like that. So after I do my faxes, I wait for the doctor because we're going to start seeing patients. Of course, I can't like record while we're with the patient, but I'm practicing my notes for this patient. I'll show you what they look like when we're out of the room. Another thing I'm going to show you is how to clean up the room. So you can see she did me some kind of injection. I'm just going to clean this up. Take this little paper thing off. And then, yeah, get ready for the next patient. this is the cool, interesting thing I'm doing. I'm sending in biopsies, which are in little containers. What I do is write labels for them, stick them in these bags, and then send it off. This is for the same patient. Hopefully you can hear me because I'm whispering. Stick it in this bag, like so. I already printed out the sheet. There's like a little pouch. And that's it for these biopsies. It's going through, finishing notes. Good morning, welcome to day 4. Today is Friday, welcome to day 5. Today is Friday. It is my last day of week 2 working as a medical assistant. So I have been forgetting to record me getting off of work because I've been so exhausted. It's just like the last thing I think of when I get off. But basically, I've been getting off of work now for the past 2 to 3 days at 7 o'clock, which is one of the cons, I would say. Like, I don't know, it's not set hours. Like, you're either gonna get off at like never 5 o'clock, but you're always gonna get off anywhere between 5:45 and 7 every day, which is gonna be a bit of a problem if I'm taking classes or whatever else, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's something that I've noticed. But today, the doctor will not be in. She doesn't work Fridays. She just works Tuesdays through Thursdays. So she only works 3 days a week. And then the PA works Monday through Friday. So I'm going to be working with the PA again. And I'm not looking forward to it, honestly. And like I said, I can do like a little bit of a detailed review of my experience so far working. But yeah, I don't know. And then the other thing I'm also not super excited for is they said they're kind of ready to like throw me on the floor, and that everybody who's been trained at this office, typically they just shadow for 1 week and then the next week they start, and so I'm quote unquote already behind according to them. And so they are like, you should be ready to start seeing patients. And I don't feel ready at all, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like I'm being thrown into it. So I'll let you know how it goes today if they end up, you know, having me see my own patients. But if not, I really don't know. Like, I'm just so lost. I think that's how I feel about this job right now. I'm just very lost. Like, their method of doing things is uncomfortable and nerve-wracking, to say the least. And so I don't know how I'm adjusting. I just don't know. So we'll see, like I said, how today goes. Honestly, my nervousness comes from just note-taking. Like, the patient notes are very complicated in my opinion. I don't really know what they want from me or what to expect. They're all so different. They talk really fast, they move really fast, and that's cool when you're experienced and you've heard these terms before, you've seen these notes a gazillion times. But for somebody who's never touched it before a day in their life, and now you're expecting me to know all this stuff, it's very overwhelming. So honestly not looking forward to today. But the one pro is that because it's a Friday, the hours of operation are 9 to 12 on Fridays, so I will be getting off around 1 instead of 7, so that's cool. And then that means when I get home, I can edit the video as soon as possible. So I don't know if I'm gonna do a ton of recording in the office today, just because they said I'm probably gonna be on the floor for like the first time. But if it doesn't go the way they said, then I'll probably record something. So can't believe I cried this week already. Like, I kind of foresaw this coming, but I just am so confused. I'm so lost, and like, he just looked so irritated with me, like I didn't know what I was doing or how to really help in that moment. It was just, I wasn't alone. It was, I'm still confused if he wants me to jump in there, if he wants me to just watch. Like, yeah, I don't feel like talking about this right now. I just got off. This is the first day I got off early, which I'm not mad about. I'm happy, thank God, because this man actually made me cry today. Like, I'm actually surprised that happened, and it was something so small too. I was so shocked that like I even got emotional. It's just like, I don't know. So normally what I've been doing is going into the rooms with the other MA, and I kind of just stand to the side and watch what they're doing unless they direct me to get more involved. And they usually tell me when they want me to like do something, like set up a biopsy. But if they don't tell me what to do, I just stand there until they tell me to do something. So I just finished watching Stillwater at the movie theaters, and I wanted to conclude this vlog. Thank you for going along with me on this medical assistant week. I will catch you in my video next week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you have any questions about being a medical assistant, anything else. I'm going home now. It's been a productive week.